All right, thanks for everybody for joining today. Welcome to F&I as a team sport. I'm glad you had time to jump on this morning. Just a few housekeeping things. One is I'm going to have a hard stop at 10:45 to respect everybody's time. I know you're busy, and so am I, so we'll do a hard stop at 10:45. If you would, please turn off your mics, which will eliminate any feedback we may have. If you would like to make a comment or ask a question, please use the chat feature on the bottom there. I do record these. These are being recorded. If you ever want a copy afterwards, just hit me up with an email, and I will gladly send you a copy and get that over to you. Also, at the end, we'll be sending a post survey. By providing this free training, all I ask in return really is for you to complete the survey, and you're not going to hurt my feelings. Tell me the good, the bad, and the ugly. I literally use these to improve our training program. So ahead of time, I thank you for doing that, and I think you're going to find a lot of valuable information in today's session. Next, who is DAG? DAG stands for Dealer Advantage Group. We're a trusted name in the automotive industry since 2017. We're dedicated trainers. That's what we do. We train, and we train. And we are very passionate about what we do. We take our roles very seriously in shaping the industry. We take pride in what we do, and you'll see that. I mean, we just love the car industry. As car enthusiasts and industry leaders, we bring a wealth of knowledge and experience to our training sessions, both virtual online and in our office, which I'll get into in a second. The one thing that I can assure you that everyone in our organization promotes is legal, ethical, and profitable advising methods. So today, you're not going to see the stuff that makes you feel awkward or weird. You won't see any shell games or smoke and mirrors. You're going to see stuff you can actually use and feel good about it. And so just rest assured that we're going to show you the right way, no matter how you've been shown before. The knowledge you gain from these training sessions we have, which we've got a bunch of them scheduled for the rest of the year online, you can see those. You can apply what you learn immediately. I mean, literally, when we get off this Zoom, you're going to be able to turn around and go, hey, you know, I'm ready to change. I'm going to change. That made sense. So it will empower you to make a positive impact in your workplace. And at the end of the day, you can rest easy knowing that, hey, when you go home, you done things right. And you know, you did it the DAG way. That's really what it matters, is doing it right and feeling good about what you've done for yourself. We do have exciting news. In November, we'll be opening a new office. It's going to be up in the Motor District on the north side of Indianapolis, in Westfield. We're going to hold in-person training there. The schedules again are on our website for that. We have 2-day classes, 1-day class. We got subprime. We got dealer principles, anything you can think of. We're going to be inviting people up there, and I encourage you to sign up. It's a lot of good information that you can use and utilize. At the office, I tell you, it's going to be fun. We're going to have lots of laughs, high level information, and techniques that will immediately impact your PRU. Also, for you guys and gals that are out of town, if you ever in town for a Colts game, Pacer game, or the Indianapolis 500, or what have you, and you want to stop by the office, just hit me up with an email and I'll meet you there. I'm sure you'll like what you see. We've got a fun place and we're so damn excited about it. It's bursting out of us right now. So a little bit for you guys to know, who am I? I've been in the business for 25 years. Been in roughly, golly, 500 dealerships throughout the U.S., both franchise, independents. This means I've had the luxury of removing things that work from those stores and discard those that don't. So we are always learning ourselves. Some of you, we've been in your stores and we saw some things, and man, great job. It works. So we've utilized it elsewhere, and then things we don't like and doesn't work, we discard. I've been married myself for 27 years and have 3 children. My middle child is an F&I manager at a local Metro dealership here locally. So evidently I talk a lot at dinner and in the house about the automotive business because it rubbed off on him. So, and all my kids are good kids, and I'm very proud. My contact information is be on the last slide we come to today. And it has my cell phone number, email, you call, text anytime, email me if you prefer. I'm always available. Always, if I don't answer right away, I'll call you back in 10 minutes. I promise you. It just meant I was on the other line. So who's ready to get going? All right, all you GMs, GSM sales managers. I'm going to explain why we think and why we know F&I is a team sport. Okay, so this part is for anyone who pencils a deal. If you pencil a deal and desk a deal, listen up. This is going to change your life. You F&I managers out there, if you pencil a deal, work the desk when your sales manager's off or just helping out, this pertains to you also. So pay attention. All of you, perk up. Come on. It's 10 o'clock. Let's go. Put your phones down. Give me 5 minutes. I want you to listen to me. Okay? Here's how you fit in. F&I is a team sport. Are you ready? Stop penciling the first pencil at 84 months and 3%. Stop it. Stop it now. Why is that? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because it's a very unrealistic term and rate. You're setting a bad experience or expectation with your customer. My gosh, now they expect it. So let's talk about what that means for the F&I guy that's going to get this deal that you just penciled at 84 months and 3%. If you close the customer and then they go into the F&I office, and then the actual term is 72 months, not 84, and the rate isn't 3%, it's 8. Guess what happens to the F&I manager? They must work their ass off just to get up to the base payment now. It's probably going to tick the customer off at this time. Do me a favor, everyone. Cross your fingers. And let's hope F&I can keep the car sold. And the customer just doesn't walk out and leave because they're so ticked off that they're misled to begin with. If they're successful, and that's a big if, now they must sell stuff to make themselves a living and make the store money. It's difficult to impossible at this point. Guys, I've done F&I for 25 years. I felt like I'm pretty good at it. It was difficult for me to do that. So come on, don't do that. Don't do that to your fellow coworker. You F&I managers out there, give me a thumbs up if you agree with me. Just go to the bottom of the page down there, the little react thing, and give me a thumbs up. Thank you. You got to stop looking for the lowest rate, guys. The lowest rate isn't it. It says right there on the screen, not to be concerned about the lowest rate. Does everyone see that? Everyone calls deals in looking for the lowest rate. Again, stop it. Stop it. It's not profitable. Did you hear what I said? It's not profitable for anybody. Instead, let's talk about the DAG way to desk a deal. The DAG way. You're saying, what the hell is the DAG way? Well, it's all about the term. So let me explain it to you. Here's how you desk a deal. No more 84 months. Let me say it again. No more 84 months. And no 3% rate. Why don't we start at 48 and 66-month payment options? We use 48 months because if I just throw out 66 months on the paper, it may look expensive by itself, but when paired next to 48 months, oh my, it suddenly doesn't look as bad. So what we want you to do is, and what DAG delivers to you guys as far as the procedure, is we want you to use 11.99% when you present the first pencil, known as the store rate. Now, hold on. Come on, guys. I can hear you saying, this guy has lost his mind. Could you give me a second? Just calm down. Let me explain. Present with 2 payment options for each term. Personally, I like $1,500 and $3,000. Okay, guys, I can still hear you mumbling under your breath. The customer's not going to accept that rate. Well, guess what? I hope they don't. And they say $11.99. That's insane. And here's your response. I understand, Mr. Customer. Mr. Customer, that's our store standard rate. Obviously, the rate can go down or up based upon your credit. Now, what just happened? What happened is the customer is now focused on the rate and not your price. You win. You can all thank me later. Now, I know I seem overly passionate about this. It's because I am. I lived it. I did it. I know what works and what doesn't work. So try it. I promise you, you will like it. Now, you can always climb your way up close to the deal, but you will likely still save room for the F&I guy or gal. So, if you have to come down a little bit on the rate, negotiate a little bit on term, okay, it doesn't mean you go from 66 months to 84 months. Oh, yeah, I know you said you only wanted 300. When have you saw a $300 payment lately? Really? Come on. So you can always climb your way back up. Save room for F&I. I'm going to show you a next slide that shows you how term really relates to F&I products. So what's penciling the right way can do for you? Well, you see there on the left, I got 60-month term. On the right, 72 months. Same price, $40,000. Same sales tax, same doc fee, same down payment. Same rate in this example. On the left, 0 products. Damn, that made everybody happy. At a payment of $950.69. But on the right, $5,000 in product with a payment of $936.66. $14, $13 cheaper? And I know you F&I guys, because you're quick with numbers, you're going, You're not going to get the same rate on 60 months and 72 months, 12.49. It's going to go up. Okay. Let's say the rate goes up a point, 13.49, 962, 12 whopping dollars more. I hope you can close a customer for $12 and give them $5,000 worth of product. I hope. I'm sure you can. So that's what this term's going to do for everyone. Everyone wins. We did the comparison between 48, 66 months. We didn't use 84 months. We didn't use a rate that's unrealistic. And this is what happens then. PRU goes up. Everybody wins. Now it's time to put it on the worksheet. Don't you dare pick up that green marker, all you green marker folks out there. Don't you pick it up and write 84 on there as your term. Don't do it. I'm telling you, stop it right now. All right? Don't do it. Are you going to tell me that using the DAG concept isn't going to raise your PRU? No, of course it is. If we come in and pull your last 20 worksheets, we can see that first pencil. We know where the writing begins and ends on a worksheet because the third pencil is always on the back. The first pencil is always in the perfect spot on the foursquare, right where it's supposed to be, neatly written. And then we see 84 months and 3%. This is likely a problem with you. Stop doing it. All you finance managers, if you agree with me out there, go to the bottom and give me a thumbs up. And if you really like what you're hearing, give me a heart. Thank you. It really comes down to that simple, guys. It's how we prepare our customers. So now let's go over here to salespeople. Okay, now all you salespeople, you're up. Put your phones down. Quit playing Candy Crush games and listen up. Is everyone listening to me? Give me a thumbs up if you are. Great. Thank you. Oh, thank you. It's virtual that you know your products inside and out. And remember, the F&I manager is here to support you. Who has asked the F&I manager for a copy of the customer's copy of the products that you have a financial invested component of? If you're paid to endorse a service contract at your store as a salesperson, do you have a copy of the contract? Now, and if you do, have you actually sat down and read the coverage front to back? Yes or no? If you haven't, shame on you. You got to know what you're endorsing. You should know what you're paid on. What happens if I'm the salesperson paid to endorse the etch and a customer has a question about the coverage and I hesitate to answer, or worse, I make something up and I lie? Will the customer likely purchase the etch? No. Because they think you're full of crap because you hesitated. If you don't know your product, again, shame on you. I really can't help you. So I guess I'm begging you, learn your product. Be the best you can be. A team player understands that everyone in the food chain gets paid. We'll get into more on that here a little bit later. So if you're paid to endorse a service contract, we know the finance manager gets paid on a service contract, and the sales manager gets paid off the back end. So essentially, they're getting paid off the service contract. And if that contract happens to be on the worksheet for whatever reason, what sales people do, let me say the way, do we have any salespeople here today who think they are team players? Let's do the thumbs up again if you think you're a team player. If you do, listen up. Being a team player doesn't mean you do this. Hey, as you look over both shoulders to see if anyone can hear you, then whisper, Mr. Customer, here's your payment of $550. I want to point out that that has a VSC, a vehicle service contract, included in that payment. Now, without it, your payment is probably around $500. So if you don't want it, I can go back up and tell the manager you just don't want it. I mean, your new car has a warranty from the manufacturer already. Just let me know what you want. So class, is that a team player? Hell no, it's not. Don't tell me you're a team player and be pulling that crap. Maybe nobody's ever shown you a different way. Well, I have great news. I'm gonna. And don't get me wrong, guys. I sold cars too. And I'm embarrassed to say, I've whispered in the customer's ear before. It's wrong. And if you're doing it, stop it. Because it'll hurt you and your income. It'll hurt your fellow coworkers. Let me show the way that it should be done. Hey, Mr. Customer, great news. Your payment is only $550. That payment is fantastic. And oh my gosh, we have the world's greatest service contract company, Portfolio. This contract is incredible. I can't believe your payment's only $550 with the service contract. What a deal. Mr. Customer, it must be your lucky day. Where's your rabbit's foot? You need to take this deal. I can't believe this. Do you guys see the difference? That's a team player. So that's my definition of a true team player. Don't be the customer ambassador and whisper in the customer's ear. You don't have to take that stuff. Instead, be like, do you know the manager? And of course, most of the time, they'll say no. And then you say, well, then you owe him a beer after you take delivery of this car because, man, he hooked you up. Again, does this make sense to everyone? It's the way you got to do it. It's the way it's going to make you a ton of money. And it's just different than what everyone's getting everywhere else they go. They're not getting that. They're just getting, here's your payment, yes or no. Oh, you don't like it? Oh, well, where do you want to be? Well, let me run back to the desk and see what I can do. So you go back up to the desk, go, yeah, they don't like that payment. They want to be here. Well, what happens? You lose gross. Because the first thing goes, well, sales manager wants to sell a car. Okay, what did they say? 350? Oh, we're 500? Well, let's see. We'll take that out. Take that out. We'll change that there from getting 30,000 for the car to 27.2. There you go. You're within $10. What? That's crazy. Don't do it, guys. Come on. Next, let's talk about F&I. Okay, F&I guys out there, F&I guys and girls, quit checking the scores of the games from last night. Put your phones down and pay attention. All righty? Hey, that means you too there. How is the finance manager a part of the team? Well, how are they not? First, let's review what we've done so far. We have worked on the desks. They have stopped penciling deals at 84 months with a 3% rate. We got that handled. The salespeople are not going to whisper in the customer's ear they don't have to get the products. They're going to tell the customers just the opposite. They'd be out of their mind not to. So we got all that done. Guess what? Now it's your turn. So what does that mean? Well, what it means is, first of all, understanding. Guys and gals, just to let you in on something, I sat in your chair for over 25 years. And yes, I wanted to choke a salesperson at times, but I didn't. Why? Because I paused and took a minute and asked myself, when I was selling, did anyone ever choke me when I sold cars? No, they didn't. Of course they didn't. Well, all you have to remember is we started selling cars too. And I'm sure we are all, every one of us, in one time or another, a huge pain in the ass to our finance managers. Those finance managers must have been thankful we allowed them an opportunity to make money. So with that being said, guys, give them a break. Train them, coach them, mentor, and help them out. I got news for you. The deals aren't going to come in perfect. They just don't. These deals nowadays are crazy. They want 25 documents. I need 15 copies. One lender needs one thing, another lender needs something else. So don't forget, if you're using a credit union, make sure you get the membership form. Now there's a privacy notice. Oh yeah, don't forget, there's a form. Opt in, opt out. Credit app, get it signed. Insurance information, make sure it's verified. Copy of the driver's license. Oh yeah, and don't forget the damn edge code. How many times do us F&I people have to ask the salesperson, did you get me the edge code? They go, no. So, and just think what they're doing behind the scenes that you don't see. They have to take the car to the back to get it cleaned up. That's usually, just like I said, to the back of the facility, the farthest point away. Finally arriving back in the showroom, they all of a sudden look towards your office and go, oh shit, forgot that damn mileage again. Back to the back they go. Finally arriving back to say hi to their customer again. Listen, this isn't easy. This isn't easy. Chill out. Be understanding, guys. When you help them out, they're more than likely going to help you. Be understanding. Be a team player. Be encouraging. Congratulate the salesperson. They just sold a car. You didn't sell the car. Did you sell the car? Nope. So they just allowed you to make money. So be encouraging. Now, what can F&I managers do to sustain this behavior within the dealership? DAG recommends a compensation plan with flat dollar amounts for 2 to 3 key products that the salesperson might influence the customer to purchase. Do you want your salesperson selling gap insurance? Nope. Want them selling tire and wheel? Not really. Can they help with the service contract? I think so. Can they help with paint protection? Absolutely. Let's use paint protection as we talk further. So if the salesperson and the sales manager all get the same flat amount, let's say they get $50 for paint protection. We believe in playing cards face up. So everybody knows everything. So everyone knows what the other person's getting paid, which is the same amount. I feel like they won't let the other one down anymore. They're going to feel bad if they don't get something. So they're costing their teammate money. I've experienced this myself. I've had salespeople come up and apologize. Hey man, I really tried, but I just couldn't get them on that paint protection. They do it themselves, and I tried 3 times, and they just kept saying no. Within your reactions, man, hey, I appreciate it. Way to try. Good job. Versus after delivery, hey, Johnny, come here. Did you even try to sell the paint protection? What the hell's going on? And so you then start kind of criticizing, accusing. That's not the way to play the game. Play it the other way. More fun. The reason we use flat fees or suggest flat fees is we just don't believe in percentages. Flat fees are a whole lot easier to track and see every day. Let's say I'm a salesperson and I sold 20 paint protections at $50. I know I made $1,000. Pretty easy to figure. 50 times 20, or at least I can go over and it's 3 hits on a calculator. 20 times 50 equals, I guess it's more than 3. But I'm not have to divide this by 4 and times this by this and da. It's just much easier. We also believe in paying in cash. In paying it in a sales meeting in front of everyone. We want to create some friendly competition and have fun with it. We don't like it getting hidden and lost in a check. Your office staff and accounting department should obviously tax this at the month's end. It's not free money. Uncle Sam wants his part. But if it's paid out in cash, everyone sees it. You get some weekly wins every single week. So F&I managers, what is your role in this? Well, you have to track it. You have to track it and track some more. And you have to advertise it. So put it in an Excel spreadsheet, or you can pull it out of your DMS, but track how much money everyone gets from the F&I products that your salespeople and your sales manager make each week, each month, and annually. Make sure you post it in your meeting room on dry erase board or whatever, or at least pass it out every week in printed form. Handing the money out weekly will create that friendly competition and be a morale builder. Everybody loves money, right? I know I sure do. You'll start seeing some big numbers every month. You have to, right? Someone made $500, $1,000, or $2,000 from this process. When new hires come in and they look up at this board and see these big numbers, like say, well, it's September right now. Say they started today, and on the board, someone's made $12,000 so far this year. Guess what? They're not hearing anything anybody else is saying. They're bumping their guy next to them saying, hey, I got some questions about that money there. I want to be a part of that. How do I do that? So you'll have to create this you will have created this foundation, which will become the culture. However, you stop tracking it, you stop promoting it, stop paying it consistently, it's slowly going to erode. And where are you going to be? I can tell you, you're going to be right back where you started at today. Don't let that happen. You're back to square one. all that hard work and everybody's put in it vanishes because we just didn't track it. Don't let that happen. Don't let it affect your pay and others counting on you. F&I guys, you got to be the leader. You got to be a leader out there. Now's the time, and you can do it. Let's go. You can do it. When you have a new hire, you better train that person. Don't look at the sales manager to train them on how you want products endorsed in relationship to the F&I department. That's your job. That's your job. It's not the sales manager job. The sales manager job is showing the CRM how to sell cars, how to present the worksheet. It's not how to endorse the products. It's really your job. Are you doing that now? I'm going to guess most of you are saying no. Well, then, you're getting what you're getting because you're doing what you're doing. I mean, that's reality. Don't look at them because you failed. Don't play the blame game. Just change. Back to GMs, GSMs, sales managers. Don't be afraid to share your knowledge, your techniques, anything and everything about your job. It's your job to make these people promotable into your position. That's building a successful team. Also, you got to have the mentality that you want everyone to get rich. That doesn't mean make a good living. That means getting rich. So you got to create pay plans with everybody and everybody gets paid the food along the food chain. Everybody is compensated for everything. Everybody's involved. That's how you get true buy-in, and that's how you're going to make a successful team. You just have to do it. Develop and execute the strategies that align things properly. You guys just got to all come together. And if you just take what you've heard today and try it, I assure you it's going to help. Looky there. Can't believe it. I got 5 minutes left. Why don't we open the mics, and anybody have any questions they'd like to ask? Anybody? And Jason, if you need to put in the chat, go right ahead. All right. Nobody's got any questions?
So I've got a question, Monty. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. So, at what point should, so like we have managers present numbers here, and a lot of times F&I gets involved after that. Should F&I, a salesperson comes in, they've demoed it, they bring the customer in, they bring them in an office, sit them down. Is that when F&I should go in and introduce themselves, or should the sales manager interject at that time, say, hey, I'm, Doug, I'm going to put together some numbers? Or do you see what I'm saying? Like, who should be the first one to interject when a salesperson sits them down?
Sure. Great question. I feel like that varies based upon situations. I mean, various people are busy at different times. So I think as long as the sales manager or the finance manager comes out and just does that introduction and kind of, breaks the ice, so to speak, I think that's what you're looking for. Now, everybody's sitting behind their glass walls or in their office and not coming out. I think that's where the mistake happens. I think that coming out, somebody that's management and introducing themselves just to break the ice, I think that's the key to the whole process.
So would it be out of line if a salesperson, we ran into this the other day where we've got, two F&I people, both are busy, desk managers, desk at a deal. And should the salesperson go in and say, hey, in this case, hey, Brittany, Jack Smith is here. I just sat him down. Can you say hi to him? Should a salesperson let them know where they're at so that the F&I person can build that into their process?
I think most definitely. I think that going in there and saying, hey, I know you're busy. Would you mind coming out and just set my customer down, just kind of saying hi real quick? I just think that introduction and that change of how most dealers do it is going to benefit you when you're desking the deal and going forward. I just think that's the right way to do it.
And I've been very big on, as a manager, don't forget what it was like to be a salesperson.
Mhm.
And part of why I ask this is, as a salesperson, and F&I is busy, I may not want to stick my head in there because, who knows what's going to happen. But I feel that salesperson should be able to say, hey, I got Mr. Smith out here. Uh, can you say hi? Even if you're in the middle of a deal, at least take 2 minutes to say hi to make that client feel good that they're here.
Exactly. That's a great point, Doug. And um, it goes back to some about what I talked about. I mean, if you don't sell a car, the F&I guy doesn't, or the F&I person doesn't get an opportunity to make money. So whatever you're working on can wait for 2 minutes to go out and introduce yourself, especially it's being a team player again. You're going out helping the salesperson warm their customer, make the salesperson feel comfortable right before you're going to hit them with numbers. It has to benefit the store at that point.
Right. I would agree.
Great question. Anybody else have anything? All right. Well, thank you very much for everyone attending. It's been a great conversation. One other thing here on the last page, I just thank you again. And there is my contact information. You can send me an email, call, text, anything, anytime. And I did record these. So if you want a copy, just let me know and I'll gladly get you one. Everybody, go out, please practice, do what I've told you today and gave you the information on. It's going to make a difference. I promise you. Thanks again, and everybody have a great day.